A girl named Sonia Rebecca Salaga murdered an old couple. And reports say that she had some partner in planning all this.
In this video, Turnt Media show you a horrible double murder and robbery case that leave you with an open-mouth situation. A quiet neighborhood was affected by a shocking incident when a respected couple, Alberto and Maria Chirico, were found dead in their home. The crime scene was horrible, indicating a brutal struggle and the use of a pillow as a silencer for gunshots. Initially, it was thought that the victims knew their killer. However, further investigation led to the arrest of Sonia, who was charged with robbery and double murder. Diego, Sonia's husband, was also involved in the crime, but there was no evidence found against him. Let's find out what was actually the situation and why this crime was a cure. Sonia Rebecca Salaga was born in 1985 in Argentina, to her parents A.D. Du and Alia Salaga. She grew up in a big family with 6 siblings. Her father worked as a street vendor, so they didn't have a lot of money. But Sonia managed fine. She wanted to become a police officer, but due to the early marriage and pregnancy at the age of 19, she put that dream on hold. She had a baby girl and then split up with her partner. In 2011, she finally achieved her goal and joined the Buenos Aires police force. Over the years, she didn't face any major problems except for money struggles. In 2017, she moved to the police department in the autonomous city of Buenos Aires, where she earned more. She worked in the 9th SE police quarter and found love with Diego there. In May 2019, Sonia started patrolling the Avalona Park nearby to her home from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. There, she became close with many residents, but especially with 2 retirees, Alberto Antonio Chirico and Maria Delia Esperanza. Alberto was 71 and Maria was 63, were well known and respected in the neighborhood. They had been married for over 40 years, had 2 children, and were admired for their contributions to the community. They loved music and often had guests over. Sonia bonded with them, and they trusted her, offering her drinks and even taking her out to lunch. However, they didn't know the danger they were in. Sonia wanted to give her daughter a special 15th birthday gift, a trip to Disneyland. She couldn't afford it, but worked extra hard and made arrangements with a travel company. She even took on a part-time job at a hospital to pay for it. Before the trip, she still owed $66,000 to the travel agency. She got worried about money and started paying more attention to an elderly couple for help. Then, something bad happened on June 11, 2019. Sonia went to the police to report a robbery. She said she was driving when 2 cars hit hers, and armed men stole her gun and a lot of money. But the police were more focused on another crime that happened at the same day. Police officers from District 9C were patrolling Avalona Park when they saw a house on General Garzon Street with its door wide open. They tried to contact the owners, Alberto Antonio Chirico and Maria Dea Esperanza, but couldn't reach them. A neighbor told them their daughter lived nearby, so they called her. She joined the officers to enter the house. Inside, they found Alberto and Maria dead, with gunshot wounds to the back of their heads and other injuries. A maroon pillow was likely used as a silencer the gunshots. The police quickly concluded that the crime at the Chirico couple's house was targeted, as there were no signs of forced entry. The killer seemed to be searching for cash, leaving behind valuable items. Investigators believed it was a robbery turned homicide. They saw CCTV footage to identify suspects. Meanwhile, in Sonia's robbery case, her story started to seem unrealistic. There were no witnesses or evidence, and CCTV footage didn't support her claims. However, investigators found a connection between Sonia and the crime at the Chirico couple's home. Sonia was put in a room alone and told the judges that she agreed to talk. At first, she said she never went inside the couple's house, which was different from what their daughter said. Sonia explained she always drank coffee at a barber shop nearby. If she needed the bathroom, she went to the bakery or the closest store. She admitted she knew Albert and Maria, but only because she often walked past their house while patrolling the neighborhood. The closest she got to them was when Albert asked if she liked music. She said yes, and a few days later he gave her a flash drive with songs she liked. Sonia denied being involved in the crime, saying she was innocent and couldn't do something so terrible. She didn't understand how she could be connected to it. According to her, she was on duty in a different neighborhood on the day of the incident. But security camera footage showed otherwise. During investigation, the police station where Sonia worked realized she was in the neighborhood where the elderly couple was murdered. The investigation connected her to both cases. Footage showed her near the couple's house at the time of the murder. Police found cash and gunpowder at her house. Sonia admitted lying about losing her gun at a gas station to avoid trouble at work. 2 witnesses' statements were contradicted her story, making her situation worse. One witness, Fabiana, mentioned Sonia asked to use her bathroom and left her company phone there. Second, Sonia asked Fabiana to leave her personal phone with another person. Another witness, Florencia, mentioned Sonia talking about a blonde female police officer she had frequent contact with. Sonia said she didn't do the crime and couldn't have because she was working elsewhere when it happened. But security cameras showed the different situation. Diego, her partner, refused to testify, but maintained his relationship with Sonia, which his defense used to argue against his implication without evidence. Meanwhile, Sonia's defense faced minimal chances of success. On June 11th, while cameras showed her approaching the victim's home around that time, in addition, both victims were killed with weapons of the same caliber, make, and model as Sonia's weapon, which disappeared on the day of the events. Finally, a search of her home revealed a large sum of money similar to that stolen from the victims. On June 5, 2021, the final hearing was held. Sonia confessed that she murdered the couple for the sake of money. A few minutes before the verdict was announced, Sonia asked to say a few words. She expressed how painful it was for her to lose the right to care for her daughter, and mentioned once again that false accusation was a mistake. Her lawyer asked for her to be set free, saying there's proof she didn't do it. The prosecutor said Sonia used her connection with the victims to steal their money. She described a violent killing, hinting that robbery was the reason and that Sonia wanted to avoid being caught by killing the only witnesses. Sonia couldn't prove where she was during a crucial time, which made the prosecution's argument stronger. Sonia was found guilty of robbery, double murder, abusing her position as a police officer, and making false claims. She was sentenced to life in prison, eligible for parole in 2054. The jury believed Sonia needed money urgently for her daughter's Disneyland trip and concluded she committed the crime. I hope you liked the video. For more interesting and mysterious stories like this, subscribe to Media and enjoy your day. Thank you.